Okay, today we're going to Rancho Escondido Tract 7C. It's 35 acres. There's power and phone to the property, and it has tremendous views. You can see the Sangre de Cristos here in the background. We're on Highway 12 going west out of Trinidad, Colorado, headed towards the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. You can see up there, and I'll zoom in on them later on, because they look a lot bigger than what you see in the videos that I do. And we're going to go up and take a look at this 35 acres with owner financing on it. It has a lot of mild terrain to it and a great little ranch. It has trash service. They maintain the roads really well, and you can see the name of the ranch, Rancho Escondido, or County Road 23.3, and it's paved a little bit coming up this. It's about 4 to 5 miles back there in the back of the ranch. It's very private, and we're going to go up this canyon and go up on top and circle around. From this property back to Trinidad, you're looking about 35-40 minutes to get to the stores and things in Trinidad. There are a couple of mom and pop grocery stores that are closer up here along Highway 12, along with gas too. And of course you have you've got the 30,000 acre wildlife area right across the highway here, and then you've got the national forest that's up above, and several mountain lakes and things. You're only about 30-35 minutes from any of those from this property. There's also a little recreational place that has a restaurant. You can rent cabins, four-wheelers, quads, things like that, that I'll show you on this drive going up to the property. You have year-round access on these roads into this property. They take care of them really well. I'll keep giving you little shots as we go up. Now we're just going to be passing the old Boy Scout camp. They have lots of little cabins in here you can rent for relatives or somebody. Like I say, they've got recreational vehicles you can rent and play on. And they've got a nice restaurant inside the lodge here. Pinyon Valley Lodge. You can find them online. Okay, we've just come past the Boy Scout, the old Boy Scout Pinyon Valley Lodge. Here's the entrance, Rancho Escondido. You stay right at that Y, and then stay right and go up the hill here. We're still driving up the hill. It doesn't take that long to get up here. When we get to the top, there's a ranch sign at the top of the road here. I'll show you where we take a right at. We're going to go to the very southern end of the ranch. Okay, here's the ranch sign I was just telling you about. See the white sign there? It's kind of faded these days. We're taking a ride on Escondido Road. We're going to follow this back a ways until we'll finally take a left here in a little bit. Okay, this is our left-hand turn at this junction, this Y, off of Escondido, and we're going to take a left onto, well, keep on Escondido Road. So Escondido, once you take a right at the sign, you just stay on Escondido, and you can find the property back here really easily. I'm going to come around this corner, and I'm going to start filming the property. Okay, this is the aerial, obviously, and the topo map of the property, and you can see the topo lines. They're very gentle on this property. These are, this is steep stuff here when they're squished together. This land's got a lot of usable ground. You can hike all of it really easily. And then here's the aerial, and we are at this northeastern corner on the maps, and I'm going to hike up up here to this flat top, so you can see the giant views of the Sangre de Cristos and the Spanish Peaks. I'll zoom in on them so you can see actually their size when you're here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go up in here, and then I'm going to come down to this gas well pad site. It has an electrified pump jack well on it right there at this location on the property, and then you can see an old Jeep trail that takes off and goes to the furthest edge, western edge boundary of the property as well. And you can see by this dotted line where that old Jeep trail went through the property. So first thing we do is go up on top of this. This is where you're going to get your biggest views. And like I say, you got power along the road, and you got phone along the road as well. And speaking of wells, you're looking at about on average about 600 feet up here at 5 gallons a minute to drill a well for $20 a foot. So now I'm going to start taking off hiking up into this area, and then what I'll do is I'll come back down, drive out, and then come to this site, because I'll fly the drone from this and try to just stay over the land with the drone to give you an aerial shot as well. Okay, we just came off the road. Hopefully my camera focused. Truck's right there, and you see the terrain is mild on this portion of the property up here, like the rest of it. And we're just going to hike through these tall pines to get to about the center of the property up here on top. You're going to have really good views. We're still hiking on top, just walking along. There's some boulders and rocks up here on this top portion too that are pretty neat. Walk over them first. And starting to get the mountain views to the west. Up in here, those boulders on that top point up there, the eastern boundary line won't be too much further that direction. So we'll stay right in here. And you can come out to the edges where you're going to see the big mountain views. You can see the West Spanish Peak here. It looks about like that when you're standing here. So we're going to keep heading west into the lot and take a look at the Sangre de Cristo range. So this will be an overview, the upper overview, looking down over the rest of the lot too. And it goes that way, oh, probably another 100 yards. This will be about center of the property on this upper bench. This would be a great place right here for someplace. And nice trees, and then you have these great views. The Sangre de Cristos. And you knock down a couple trees this way, you'll be able to have the Spanish Peaks as well. So again, when you zoom in here, they look about like that. This is looking south into New Mexico over that ridge over there. And that's 30,000 acres of wildlife area, those roads that are over there that run up on that ridge. And you see the gas well pad down below here, and then you can see where it's at. It's on the far, basically southern side of the property, close to the boundary line. There's a gate down there, and that's where the southern boundary runs this direction down into this canyon. And that old Jeep trail road takes off from right here at my feet, cuts across the bottom and out into the lot. And then the northwestern boundary, the western boundary, comes over the top of those rocks right there, down the points, and then coming back up and around us behind, over the top of the hill, back down to the truck. And this is north. Of course, this is west and south, and then east behind me, of course. So now we're going to go down and go fly the drone. We just came from the point where you can see the Sangres, and this is the upper portion of the little of the little valley that runs all the way down through the property. Down here in the valley, down below would be a water well, and then pipe it up here to a location. Okay, now we're headed to the gas well location. What's nice about it is it gives you a good access road, and the gas company expects these wells to only be here about another 10-15 years, and they have a bond up with the state for reclamation, and they're already reclaiming gas wells in the area. So everything on the left hand side is the property, and it, like I say, that bluff up there, the western boundary line goes across the top of that up there. So we're going to take a left into the location here, onto the property. I was going to say, the other nice thing about this road and this gas well being here, you gotta get in the right gear. You've got power. Here's the deal. I was having fifth gear. You've got power coming through the property down to this location in the middle, or towards the southern middle side of the property. I see some boulders clear up there. Very far. And from the nice build spot up on top, you can't see the well site down here. And it's really quiet. Right at the end of this road is going to be the southern boundary. I'm coming off the well location. I thought I'd take a quick jog. That's to the east again, and this is to the north where we drove in from. Now we're going to go west out into the lower portion of the property along the old ranch trail here. Probably could have driven down in this, but I didn't drive my farm truck, so there's end up with a scratched up paint. You can see the sangres real well. I zoomed in on above, but I'll go ahead and do it again. So they look about like that. I'll walk this trail a little ways, and then I'll go up and fly the drone around. But you can see how gentle it is going down through here. The other day we hiked up through this valley, and it's really neat going through that valley. There's some rock cliffs and boulders and things down in there, but all the treetops are real gentle in here. Again, the western boundary line's on the top of that ridge up there, so it's all this land leading up that ridge. Here's the valley. This is pretty in here. I pointed it out up above. It runs right through the property down through here. Nice sandstone formations. I've seen lots of bedding areas and things through here, and there's an old dry. It looks like there's might be a little water in it, a little old catch pond. It's like saying I'd drill a water well down in here. You've got a road to get access down in here. Yeah, there's some old, what do you call it? Waterphilic plants, hydrophilic plants. It's like there's maybe a little bit of water down there too. This little valley down here would be a good place for a well, in my opinion. You can see how gentle the land is, and it's pretty in here. We're still on that little Jeep trail. We just came back up the valley. This area up in here that leads up to that western boundary line, there's a lot of nice gentle ground in here, and I can see rock boulders and sandstone formations up in there. Might be a good place you could build something there if you wanted. But then the Sangre de Cristo views will be blocked, and you wouldn't see the Spanish Peaks to the north. Okay, that's east where we started, and we're still walking west through the land along the Jeep trail. And again, I want to point out how nice and gentle it is in here. And it's even nice going up this way, going up to the western boundary that comes off that rock face. And hiking down through here, you get into the valley that I showed you at the beginning of this little Jeep trail. And it's an easy walk up that. It's pretty in there. Cooler too, out of the sun. There's a western boundary fence up here, but I'm not going to walk all that way. The bulk of the land's that direction and up top where we started. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to circle the drone.